So, good morning. Welcome to the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Steve Van Meter, and we have a wonderful talk planned for you today on healing. This month, the theme is revealing wholeness. So, do you believe you have the power to heal?
Yes.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Actually, you've been doing so since before you were born. Well, if you believe in that sort of thing, lifetimes, is it possible that we were here or wherever we were, making the decision to manifest into this plane of existence, and the reason that we came in was to heal? Was to heal something, was to know something new. Now, for you beginners that may not be able to wrap your mind around that, just stay open to the possibility. You're in the right place. The belief that we do not have the ability to heal arises out of the mistaken identity that our power does the healing, or the intellect does the healing. All that the will and the intellect could do is to behold or watch the process. There is but one healer. There is but one Spirit of truth. There is but one life principle. This is God in us. There is but one final law. This is the law of good. There is but one impulsion, the impulsion of love. We must forever rid ourselves of the idea that it is a personal man or woman who does a healing. We must know that it is not I, but the Father or the power that dwells within me that does the work. The divine Spirit is the only actor, the true Savior, if you will, the all in all, and is now manifesting itself in who and what you are. Being the all in all, it has no opposition, competition, or otherness. And that's from Ernest Holmes' Living the Science of Mind. So when you think about this, if you had heard that there was a healer, you would go to them to be healed, wouldn't you? It's just like if you had heard that there was a good mechanic, right? And you had car problems, you would go to that car healer. Right? Think about it. You would. Because you know that they have the know-how. They have the mechanics of how to fix something mechanical, which I do not possess. I can change my own oil. But when I can pay somebody $20 to do it, I mean, why would I get my hands dirty? I mean, there's times I love changing my oil. But you know what I'm saying. I mean, this is why those little lube stations have popped up all over the place. And they actually give you a little sticker that all you have to do is read the numbers in your odometer and you know when to go back. But you know that they are a healer. Preventative maintenance, right? Practice the presence. Look for it everywhere. Recognize it. Cultivate it. Learn to see God at the very spot where others say they see illness. That's what a healer does. The healer looks past the appearance of a challenge and looks to the divine potential within every living cell. Robert Bitzer, one of our elder ministers, said, "Healing is the revealing of the wholeness within." It's already there. You are already perfect, whole, and complete. But sometimes things get in the way. Sometimes things don't look the way we think they should. So what do healers do? How did Jesus perform a healing? And it's all about belief. Be life. This is what I came up with when I was in my meditation for this talk. Healing is an energy we align ourselves into. Love and healing are our natural energetic modes. Unfortunately, sometimes, because of our because of our programming, or our environment, or our exposure to negative experiences and situations, our natural default has been altered from positive to negative. So what I came up with was I'm talking about me, and if this works for you, if you can align with this, because of certain situations, when something comes before me, I go right to the negative. How bad can this get? Right? I just, because of what I've been through, when's the other shoe going to drop, right? I mean, don't let anything good happen to me because I know there's something bad going to be right around the corner. That's the way I used to think, right? And I see some of you going, I've thought kind of like that before. We need a reset. Just like your computer has that reset button to its original factory perfection. You don't want to lose your data though, right? Of our default from negative back to a positive default, because truly our default is love. That's the truth. This is what healing is. Healing is the resetting of our default from a negative to a positive perspective. We are so caught up in the appearance that we forget to align ourselves into the healing energetic. And this is what the whole healing idea is about. All of us healed ourselves of something at some time. Be it a little tiny cut. Hydrogen peroxide, Neosporin, Band-Aid, right? My mom taught me well. And always a little kissy kiss on the boo-boo. And that was, I was crying until I got the kissy kiss. But all of a sudden there was an energetic of healing when Mom would kiss it, right? How did that work? How did that work? I just went out and played like I was not cut. Is that crazy? And I even forgot I had the Band-Aid on. And then, days later it was healed. I thought it was the hydrogen peroxide, Neosporin, and the kissy kiss. And it was the kissy kiss. But all those other things set up the environment of healing. But where did the healing actually come from? It was already inside of us, and it grew the skin out. We outgrew our challenge. So how do we do this? It takes work to catch ourselves mid-thought and reverse the polarity from a negative to a positive outlook. Something happens and I go, God bless it. You know what I used to say? God bless it. But when you can catch yourself, you know that you have reset your default. The minute you say the D word, damn it, what that does is you put up a wall and you block the energetic from healing. God, once you do that, what happens when you dam a river? It backs up, and it starts to stagnate because there's no flow, right? We need to keep things flowing. Flow like a river, right? From the day to day, we are born and we have begun to heal ourselves. Every day we do this healing. Something is healing in you right now. Right now. We are constantly, all of us, in our lives, healing ourselves and each other. Healing is the very reason we are born. So, my explanation of a dis-ease or a see the answer, cancer, see the answer. The cells of the body have gone wild, trying to outpicture something that needs to be addressed in you consciously, metaphysically. And since we aren't addressing it, the cells are trying to figure it all out, and they go wild and create something that appears as a growth. Now, the second that we can go, you know what? Send love to the hate. Think about that. Send love. Love the hate. Not love it, but send love to replace it. Once you do that, once you get the message of what your see the answer is, you're no longer a suitable host for it to manifest in. This is how a miracle happens. One week you went to the doctor and they saw something on an x-ray, and the next week you changed your mind about it. You were no longer a suitable host, and the body knows how to get rid of things naturally. It's been doing it since before you were born. Think about it. If we can change that subtle, conscious attention, thinking about the problem creates more of the problem. Energy flows where your attention goes. It's science. So if we can turn away our attention from the challenge, not to deny that it's there. Oh, it's just not there. No, I see it there, but I don't want to hold it there. So I must detach my attention and attach to what you want. What do you want? What do you want? If your life was working on all cylinders, if you were living the life of your dreams, what would that look like? What would it feel like? That's the key, feeling. There's only one healer, and it's God. And I know the G word for some people is like, oh, the G word. God is just a name for whatever you choose to believe the energy of creation is for you. Call it Jesus the Christ, call it Great Source Energy, call it God S, doorknob, whatever it is. Whatever you believe is creating everything that is also healing everyone all at the same time. Just like right now it's digesting our food, it is sending all the cells to all the places that it needs to go. It's breathing your body. What is beating your heart right now? Are you doing that? Everyone? Okay, it's time to beat our hearts. Beat, breathe, digest. No. Grow my fingernails, grow my hair. No. That's the subconscious work. Right? We'd all be very busy if we were doing all those things, right? Sorry, I'm digesting my food right now, so call me back later when I have time to talk, right? So the healer is the hand that draws the imagined curtain back on the stage of illusion, revealing a light, an energy, a power that fills the beholder with that rare, to the human eye, clarity of knowing now and forever that the healer healed the unhealed. All the world is a stage. All the world is a stage. Love is the antidote to the illusion and causes us to realize when aligned with the One, it's all about alignment. When we're out of line, things look like they need to be healed. When we're in alignment, everything is firing on all cylinders. Nothing needs to be healed. Things need to be looked at rightly. We need to look at them rightly. We need to get the message of what it's giving us. If we have a headache and we just take more and more aspirin with not trying to know what's causing the headache, we're just putting a Band-Aid on a broken arm. We need to get to the root. It's not my drinking that caused my problem. It was my reason I was drinking too much that caused my problem. Alcohol was just a symptom of a Band-Aid on my broken arm, right? And once I got that, I wasn't thirsty anymore, right? Because I healed and am in constant healing of that energetic. Because there's not enough liquor on this plane of existence to drown my thirst. But the fountain of love that pours out of me handles that. Once you reverse the polarity, everything changes. So I want to talk a little bit about what a practitioner does. What is a practitioner? And really, each one of us is our own practitioner. A practitioner is someone who practices the awareness of the presence of what they believe created them. Practice the awareness of healing. Isn't that cool? When you practice the awareness of the healing energy, all of a sudden, things start to fall into place. That's what a practitioner does. They have committed their lives to that consciousness, to pray every day for the things they want to be, do, and have in their life, and for people who fill out a prayer request. So I urge you to fill out a prayer request, because sometimes we can't see what we need to be healed. And I would encourage you to, if you don't know what you want, put divine right action. The infinite knows what you want. It created you. You signed a contract with the infinite to be on this plane of existence. Divine right action will always take you in the right direction. So the practitioner, in the understanding of science and mind, is someone who is versed in practicing the awareness of the presence of God. So for healing to be realized and the soul awakened into the experience of eternal health in our eternal daily lives, we have come to know that all that is required is a deep love and conscious relationship with our source. Are you in constant relationship with what you believe created you? It can be as easy as this. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. It's a good day. For in sweet union, in communion with the lover of our souls, wholeness is all there is. Wow. Sweetness. Be in love with that energy that created you. It'll never let you down. It'll always be there for you. It won't walk out on you when you've, had some words. There cannot be God in something else. When you believe that there's a negative energy and God, you have a duality going on. But when you embrace it all and go, you know what? There is only one of us here. It's all God. It loses its power. Once you start to figure out and start to learn about what your challenges are, they lose their sting. Fear, false evidence appearing real. Once you know what the evidence is, you don't fear it anymore. Once you learn that there's no boogeyman under your bed, The boogeyman don't come out in your dreams no more. Because there's nothing under your bed. But when you believe there is, the universe will always say, yes, let me show you the boogeyman under your bed. But there's nothing there. It's only you. So get a boogeyman squirt bottle. Yeah, just put some holy water in there. And then when you feel that coming on, just squirt it under the bed and it will evaporate into the nothingness from which it came. Trust me. So, we have this thing called spiritual mind treatment, scientific prayer. And basically, in this teaching, we have a 5-step prayer that we teach. And there is no wrong way to pray. You know, sometimes when I'm in the depths of my challenges, I just go, please God, help me. That's a prayer, right? Fall to your knees if you need to, but that's up to you. It's your business how you pray. But in scientific prayer, we have 5 steps. And I'm going to just go over them quickly because I want to get into a more advanced perspective on prayer. The basics for beginners, the 5 steps of treatment are you ready to receive? R, recognition. You believe that there is a power. U, unification. You are one as the power in form. There's not God and you, there's God as you. Unification. 3rd step is realization. What are you treating for? See it as already healed. Don't pour your energy into the problem. Pour your energy into the solution. How does it look resolved? 4, thanksgiving. Give thanks that it's already done. How does it look now that it's already complete? Doesn't that feel good? And release. Let it go. What happens if you don't let it go? You repeat the first 4 steps until you do. Because then it's still yours. You haven't believed that you've given it over completely. You know, Jesus was a great salesman. You know, his work went out before him, just like a good mechanic or a good dentist or a good barber. And when you believe, you don't even have to go see them if they're doing healing work on your behalf. Think about it. He was a great practitioner. People would go and they'd send other people to go see them for, oh, could you just know that this is true? It's my belief. Physician, heal thyself. All I have to do is know that it's being done. If you knew that you were being healed right now by the greatest healer in the universe, how would you feel? Think about it. That's why this is a non-local energetic. You don't have to go to New York to see somebody to have a prayer treatment to be healed. If you knew somebody in New York was on your behalf praying for you and had the power of the universe behind them, and you believed it, you would be healed. That's how it works. That's how it works. So I'm going to get into a little advanced prayer work here. And this is some information by Frederick Bales. And let's see, such wonderful experiences occur most especially when unrushed, uninterrupted in prayer. I want to introduce you to Frederick Bales' Steps Envisioning Treatment Prayer. They're different than our 5 steps of treatment. I'm going to read this next part so I don't miss anything. So relax for a second and listen to the differences between the 5 steps that I just outlined for you. And if you want to know more about the 5 steps, talk to a practitioner, call me, love to have time with you and go over the 5 steps, or take the foundations class, right? So he gets right into relaxation. First thing you want to do is relax. Of course, relaxation is the first step from which to step into recognition. Relaxing the mind and the body and the being is essential to letting go of worry, letting go of anxiety, letting go of annoyance, and letting go of fear. Since it is impossible to entertain two different emotions at the same time, or to feel well while I'm still thinking sickness, this relaxing step is the opportunity to claim and quiet ourselves. So take a moment and just relax. Relaxation allows you to open your mind. Next is recognition. In recognition, we remember that we are not speaking into a void. We are knowing we speak into a receiving and responding creative presence. We know that we ourselves are doing one thing and one thing alone, and this is it: making ourselves available to Spirit as an outlet for its amazing grace to flow through us. You must become a conduit. You must open yourself and be aware that there is something happening. Spirit is the power that does the healing. It does the mending, it does the fixing, and releasing whatever seems to be the need. I of myself do nothing. Your job is to do nothing. Can you do nothing? Well, I think about it. Turn that thing off. Excuse me. Turn that thing off. We are in a state of being in awe and wonder of the presence in whom we live, move, and have our being, recognizing the presence within and without. Omnipresence. The soul is moved into gratitude, love, and praise. We are simply honoring Source and knowing we are in its nurturing presence. Doesn't that feel good? The sheer beauty and power of it. This step, as does each one, deepens the sense of peace and calm and open receptivity. The next step is relationship. The unification or identification step leads into deepening awe and the certainty that God and I are one. There is only one of us here, expressing as the billions of outpicturings of the divine. The treatment is like a beautiful love song, the feeling of which cannot be described. Excuse me. Here in this step, the idea of separation is healed. We become faceless and formless and one with the one. We become God. We turn into God. We've never not been God, but we have the appearance that we think we're not. And finally, reasoning. Not finally, there's more steps. Reasoning. Bales places the denial step here. If the person being treated is very distraught, then he suggests that this be taken care of here. The practitioner simply stays in the state of union and celebrates that nothing can disturb it. And should there be any thought or feeling of the contrary, it is now released with grace and ease, and with the realization that I now open myself to my good. Feels so good. I now open myself to my good, however that looks. In the realization, there is the quiet calm of a loving, peaceful, and deep conviction. We declare that we are realizing inner and outer wholeness and the enthusiastic yes to the good desired already being so. It's already so. Release. Here we turn the complete vision and the declaration over to that dear and glorious physician within. Spirit's own creative process, the law of life, the magnificent Holy Spirit, or what I call the Spirit of wholeness, our most perfect servant that always ensures that our word does not return to us void. We do this knowing the law works perfectly all the time, that whatever we conceive and know for certain will be done unto us perfectly. God, it feels so good, doesn't it? It's like, oh, I just know it's good, and I know it's happening now. It's a great place for alignment. That whatever we conceive and know for certain will be done unto us perfectly. And feeling good and very good, we cannot help but feel deeply humble, hugely grateful, and richly blessed. So, as always in the beginning, the middle, and the end of our process, we are grateful. And this causes us to be in great joy. Being in great joy, we rejoice. Now that we know that the law is moving creatively upon our stated good, how can we not rejoice? Then off we go about the business of the day, knowing that which is greater than we are is on it, and all is well. It's on it. It's got this. It's done. I am the form of the formless. How could I be anything but whole, healthy, abundant, and creatively expressing good? Isn't that powerful? So I'd like to leave you with a little poem by Emmett Fox. It's called Love. There is no difficulty that enough love will not conquer. No disease that enough love will not heal. No door that enough love will not open. No gulf that enough love will not bridge. No wall that enough love will not throw down. No sin that enough love will not redeem. It makes no difference how deeply seated may be the trouble, how hopeless the outlook, how muddled the tangle, how great the mistake. A sufficient realization of love will dissolve it all. If only we could love enough, you could be the happiest and most powerful being in the world. Emmett Fox. And so it is. It's time for our healing prayer. So if you'd like to close your eyes, if that's comfortable, or take a soft focus on our image, let's remember who we are and go into prayer now. So I invite you to bring to the surface of your consciousness your belief. What do you believe created you? For there is a power that is working right now. It is causing the sun to shine. It is beating our heart. It is breathing our body. It is putting leaves on the trees. It allows the rivers to flow. It allows the birds to sing. Being who and what we are, we align ourselves with that energy right here and right now, knowing that something powerful is happening by means of each one of our lives, collectively, as one energetic called love. As we imagine our lives as that love in form, we look to our lives as perfect, whole, and complete, sending love to our challenges and loving our experiences, knowing that whatever it may look like, whatever it may appear to be, may not be exactly what it really is. We turn it over completely to that healer within, that one power, knowing right here and right now that whatever is going on is part of the healing energy of life. I speak a word of blessing and healing upon anyone, anywhere who has asked for prayer, knowing that that power of creation is now active, making the perfect connection, bringing exactly what is needed for the ultimate healing of that complete energetic. It is now healed. Because of the revealing of the truth, we have walked into the light, and that love saturates us and every part of our being with that truth of love. How good it is to know that we know that something wonderful is happening right now. I just give great thanks right here and right now for the healings that have taken place and that continue to take place, for the truckloads of good that are on their way to each one of us right here and right now. We give great thanks. And we let go. We completely release this word into that living, loving law of mind where we know with our heart and soul that it is already done. As we affirm it together by saying, and so it is. There you are.